Guys, this is your overlord, Thunderstruck Games, and I didn't have a funny skit thing prepared for this video, so we're stuck with this. I didn't upload for a while because I had COVID for a bit, but I got better, and here I am. Also, while I had COVID and was quarantining, I finished Stranger Things. I finished season 4, and today I'm going to be doing a retrospective of sorts. I'm going to be going over the plot for each season and then just talking about how I liked each season. Spoiler warning is in place for, I'm going to be talking about the plot. Real quick, let me move the camera like I did in the last Stranger Things video. This should be a tradition. Every time I talk about Stranger Things, I move the camera every time I mention Hopper. Okay, so that's why I was on the floor. He just made the sound. Can I have him here? Have him chilling right here. Oh my goodness, he just lost his soul. Okay. Back on topic. So, pretty much. Okay, this is a distraction. So first off, let's go over each season and how I like them, and the plot. So season 1 is the very beginning. Will goes missing. Okay. Let's go back to Indiana circa 1983. This boy's in a basement chilling, playing D&D. There was Lucas, there was Willie, Willa, Dustin, there was a Mike, and one night Will goes missing when he's riding home on his bike. Yeah, that's when they met Mia Love. I had no hands on my head. I had been so close to dead. Courtesy of Dr. Brenner, who's hunting me 24/7. George is hanging Christmas lights at the web. Started hearing something Willie said. Could this be a message from the beyond? What happened to Barb? She's just gone the upside down. Hopper's on top of the case. Well, okay, I'm gonna stop. So pretty much, there's this video where Millie Bobby Brown was on Jimmy Fallon, and she recapped season 1 in a rap, and that was part of it. That was cringy, I know, but yeah. So pretty much, Will goes missing. He goes to a place, and it's like, what? And Dustin, Lucas, and Mike, who are the remaining children because Will's gone, they're like, where'd he go? And they suspect he is in a alternate dimension that's kind of similar to Earth. So they asked their teacher about it. It was like, huh? And then he in the episode The Fleet and the Acrobat, and then he's like, yeah, alternate dimensions and stuff. Yeah. So then they go down, and then they find him, and then they bring him back, and he's like, ah. So yeah, that happened. That's a very, very loose description of season 1. It's Joyce, Hopper, and stuff like that. 11 comes and destroys the Demogorgon. Yeah, 10 out of 10 season. It was really good. I feel like it encapsulates Stranger Things the most. It feels the most like Stranger Things to me. It's like mystery. It's not as serious as season 4. I really liked it. It really felt like Stranger Things. Then there's season 2, which I gotta say it's my least favorite season because not a lot happened. Will does some stuff. Steve fights a Demogorgon, and 11 comes back because she's gone after season 1. That's all. That's really it. Also, Will is possessed, and they need to get him unpossessed, and they do that. He's taken, but he's not possessed. He is part of the hive mind of the Mind Flayer, which is kind of like the Demogorgon, except not like the Demogorgon at all, because it is bigger and more powerful in every single way, and it's not really a physical creature. It's more like a hive mind, like a big old thing. Season 3, my favorite season. It's when all the characters are getting older. 11's pretty chill with Max, and her brother is he's being kind of sus. So he's pretty sus. Okay, I'm just gonna shut up. So pretty much, all the kids are hanging out except Dustin, who has a girlfriend named Susie, who apparently nobody else agrees that she exists because they've never heard her. And then Dustin's and then gets mad at them and goes to hang out with Steve Harrington, who works at Scoops Ahoy with one of my favorite characters, Robin. You'll see, 11 is my favorite character, but Robin is up there, top 5 definitely. So he's hey yo, have a girlfriend, and they don't believe me. And he's like, you're too young to have a girlfriend. And he's like, So also, he with his like radio thing he made that he was gonna talk to Susie to, but she never like responded. He also interrupted he overheard a Russian broadcast saying like something black cats. I don't remember. Ask all my friends, they probably know. They probably have a much better memory than me. So they're like, hey, what was that about? And then they like decipher it and it says that, and then they're like, what could this mean? And then they're in Starcourt Mall, which I really want to go to. It seems like such a cool mall. I want to go. I want to go to Starcourt Mall. It seems really cool. So they find like the Russians in Starcourt Mall, kind of like a separate part. So Steve, Erica, who is Lucas's younger sister, who's so moody and amazing. She's top 10 definitely. So her and Lucas, no, not her and Lucas, her, Steve, Dustin, and Robin, they go off there, and they're like, ooh, and then the Russians find them and like, hey, yo, that ain't cool. And meanwhile, the rest of the kids are thinking Billy's pretty sus and thinking he's part of the Mind Flayers hive mind, but really, like, he's just like, he's like a servant to the Mind Flayer. And while this is happening, people are going kind of weird. Like, people are disappearing, old ladies are eating fertilizer, stuff like that. So, Jonathan and Nancy, who are, ooh, they're dating, ooh, cringe. So they're dating, and then they're like, man, this is weird. And they start interviewing this old lady, and she kind of dies. And then all the kids, including Jonathan and Nancy, like, try to figure out things. And then they figure out Billy is killing people, but actually making them the flayed, which are pretty much like people who are part of the hive mind. They're kind of like zombies, kind of. They're more like mindless drones of the Mind Flayer, if I could put it that way. So, yeah. So, I'm saying so a lot because I'm awkward. So, at the end, when everybody's in Starcourt, and my favorite episode of Stranger Things ever, the Battle of Starcourt, it's not my favorite, but it's up there. The Mind Flayer's like, hello, except it's not the Mind Flayer, it's this big old meat spider monster. It's like, hello, and everyone's like, ah, and then it kills Billy. Spoiler, sorry. And he's like, I'm sorry, and then Mike's like, and everyone's like, sheesh, and I was like, yeah, Billy's dead. I liked him, but he was bad, so why should we be sad? Then season 4. Oh boy. Very much spoiler warning. Okay? Everybody's in high school now. Yay! Also season 3 was my favorite season. Season 4 was really good, but like season 3 was like amazing. What was that sound? What? I'm so sorry. I'm being dumb. So season 4 was one of my favorites. I was like, okay, get on track. Okay, so season 4, pretty much. Everybody's in high school now, yay. So they, the 4 kids are, well, okay, also 11 at the end of season 3 moved to California with Will and Joyce. And that's kind of sad. So the remaining children, why is Will always outside of the friend group? Like, they always split the characters, like, to have them in a certain group. At the end of the season, they all join back together in the middle of the season. Or, like, the very last episode. So they fight a thing, and they're like, ooh, reunited. So then, season 4, 11 is like, yay, things are so fun. Yes, Queen Select. But really, everything sucks for her. Like, her mom has a terrible job. And then, everybody's making fun of her with the worst character, Angela, who I want to punch in the face. She deserved getting smacked with a roller skate. There's no argument. Facts. She deserved it. It wasn't too far. She was like, okay, so what happened, pretty much context to that, is, Mike goes to visit the peeps in, California, and that's cool and all. 11's like, ooh, goo goo eyes, Oh, did I also mention 11 and Mike were dating, and then Hopper kind of broke them up, and then they were like, and then they got back together at the end of season 3. So they're like, we're dating now, googly eyes, and then they're like, so they take him to the roller rink, whatever, the roller skating place. I hate roller skating. I like ice skating better. So they take him to the roller skating place, and Angela's there. Ugh, and her stupid cronies. So they find 11, they're like, hey, come roller skate with us. And then they start playing dumb songs like, this is dedicated to Jane Hopper. And then they're like, ugh. And then they all skate around her and push her over, and she's like, ugh. And then they pour a milkshake on her, and then she's like, later she's like, Angela, just pretend this is a roller skate. And smacks her with it. And she's like, ugh. And the most satisfying subtitle ever, Angela cries. Yes. I just hated her so much because she bullied 11. How could you do that? So, later, let's jump forward a bit. Weird things start happening. This is my second favorite character, Eddie. Eddie, he was drug dealing with this girl named Chrissy, who I kind of like too. Like, she dies. Spoilers. So, Chrissy's like, hey, come on. And then he goes to his, like, camper van thing, because he lives in, like, someplace. And then she's like, she gets Vecna'd by this dude named Vecna. So pretty much what happens, very kind of graphic, raises up in the air, arm snaps this way, other arm snaps that way, both legs snap to the side like that. Her jaw goes, and then her eyes go like, and just kind of pour out her eye sockets like. It's very graphic. Her jaw's like, and that happens to his arm. And then they fall, and then they're dead. And he's like, Chrissy, wake up! I don't like this! Chrissy, wake up! Hey, hello! Time to wake up. Okay, yeah. Sorry. It's catchy. So, he's like, and then everybody thinks it's him who did it. It's not. Eddie didn't do it. Poor Eddie. Let's just say he gets a really bad run in season 4. He really took the short end of the stick. I must say so myself. So, later, what am I saying? Later, they meet up with him, and it's like, this is kind of bad. Also, 2 other people die. Well, 2 people die. This guy named Fred, and a guy named Patrick. They're all like, and also, this guy named stupid idiot Jason, or whatever the heck his name is, he's leader of the basketball team and Chrissy's boyfriend. So later, he's like, hey, yo, that ain't cool, Eddie, and then they plot to kill him. And then, like, Dustin and Lucas, yeah, they were like, hey, yo, that ain't cool. And Max too, we can't forget her. They're, like, chilling, like, hey, yo, what? And then these guys come to 11 and are like, hey, yo, let's go back to Hawkins. Yeah, and then she's like, okay. They go back to Hawkins, and then they're back in Hawkins' lab. And Brenner is alive, apparently, because he was, like, shot at, the Demogorgon. The dog attacked in season 3. Apparently he's alive. That's kind of weird. So, later, they're like, running experiments, and then he's like, you can run away. You can run away. And then she's like, and then comes back at them. And then later, yes, more laters, she's outside, and she's like, I'm free. And then these choppers, or helicopters, coming around, and they're like, shoot her. And then she's like, and then it falls, and she kills people. Yay! Cool. So, it's not cool to kill people. Don't worry. Disclaimer, don't kill people. That ain't cool. So, she, like, kills people, and she runs away. Yay! But, and then, the kid, Mike, and Will, and, Argyle, who was Jonathan's friend, and Jonathan, they're, like, having a whole subplot thing, and they come over. And they get her, and then she leaves. And while they're doing this, and while they're doing this, Steve, Nancy, Eddie, Dustin, Erica, Max, and Lucas, this is my favorite plot point, or, like, plot part of the season, are planning on killing Vecna. Okay, also, Max has got almost Vecna at one point, but then stopped it. She just kind of stopped. She was like, she was getting Vecna, and and she was like, bro, that ain't cool. And he's like, okay, sorry. And then, not really, it was a bit more complicated than that. Be running up that road, be running up that hill. Okay, sorry, that's the song plays. Now it's stuck in my head forever, all the time. So, later, while they're in, the plan is, Eddie and Dustin are a distraction to bring all the Dimabats who surround the house they're going to, where Vecna is, like, out of there, so that Steve and Nancy, also Robin's there, don't worry, don't forget about Robin. They're, like, walking around like, ayo, and then Max, who is kind of mid-Vecna, is, like, about to, like, right when they get her into Vecna position, to where Vecna is, you know, in the middle of killing her. Oh boy. They kill him before he can kill her. They're a bit too late, and Max gets Vecna'd. Sorry, spoilers. And also, Eddie gets Dimabatted. He starts playing Master of Puppets by Metallica. Amazing song. I love Metallica. And then they're about to go back up to the right side up, or whatever it's called, and then he doesn't, because he ran away earlier from the people, because they were trying to find him. He ran. And he was like, that's dumb. So he decided not to run away this time, and he went back, and he started fighting the Dimabats. And then they overpowered him, and they pinned him on the ground and started eating him. And then I cried during that scene, because I loved Eddie. He shouldn't have died. Apparently everybody knew he was going to die. I didn't know he was going to die until I accidentally looked him up on the internet and said, Eddie dies. And I'm like, and then, but I even expected him to die. He died. And I was so sad. Also, Hopper was in Russia and stuff, so yeah, he came back and yeah. They ended up kind of killing Vecna. Kind of, not really. And then Mike is like, he always does that. He's like, he does that, and then the end. So that is season 4. Really good season. I've been talking for a very long time. I like Stranger Things, okay? So, what do I say? Each season, amazing. Except for season 2. I was not a huge fan of it. I skipped an episode because apparently it was really bad. So, I did that. And Stranger Things, what do I think? I think it's really good. It's like, it's funny at some points. It's dark at some points. And it's flat out sad at some points and scary. But I'd say 10 out of 10 show. Not as good as Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, but still 10 out of 10. So I recommend you watch it in its entirety. And come back to me later and tell me what you thought. So I think that'll do it. It has been your overlord, Games, and I'll see you in the next video. Make sure to subscribe.